Now that we have 5 pro-life Supreme Court justices, and overturning Roe v. Wade is a real possibility, the abortion debate is about to dramatically change. In this video, I want to briefly highlight what I see as the most important change that's coming, and then help you prepare for it with a 3-step response. My team at ERI and other ministry partners have spent thousands and thousands of hours on college campuses all over the country having one-on-one conversations with pro-choice college students. And we've noticed a significant shift in the debate in the last 10 years or so, where the most prominent argument for abortion rights used to be that the unborn is not a person or that it's not biologically human. That has shifted to my body, my choice. Bodily autonomy arguments are now the most common way to defend abortion rights for the lay pro-choice person. Pro-choice philosophers still primarily go for the personhood argument. But for lay pro-choice people, it is my body, my choice all the time. That is the most significant argument for abortion. My body, my choice. It doesn't matter if the unborn is human or not. You can't force me to use my body against my will to sustain a pregnancy. And while that argument isn't going anywhere, I'm predicting that another argument is about to take its place as the single most prominent argument for defending abortion. It isn't new, but its time in the spotlight has come. If we make abortion illegal, then women are going to have them anyway. They're going to do it in the back alleys. They're going to do them with coat hangers or other unsafe methods. Pro-choice people are taking the potential to overturn Roe very personally. They feel personally threatened. And the more personally threatened and defensive pro-choice people get, the more likely they are to shift the debate out of whether or not abortion is moral and into the realm of we can't make it illegal no matter what. Whether it's moral or not isn't even the issue. We can't make it illegal. We need to expect this to happen a lot more often. This is going to be the biggest argument for a while. How should we respond to this argument? Let me give you a quick 3-step rundown. Step 1, acknowledge that you don't want to see women hurt in abortions, legal or illegal. This may seem like an obvious thing to you, but trust me, it's not obvious to all pro-choice people. Pro-choice people actually have some pretty interesting reasons for thinking that pro-life people actually want them to be hurt in abortions. And again, the conversation is only getting more personal now that Roe is threatened. And when people get really personal and defensive, they're just less charitable. This isn't even a criticism or an attack on pro-choice people. It's just human nature. So please don't forget this step. Step 2, ask this clarification question. Are you in favor of any restrictions on abortion? For instance, do you think it should be legal in the 3rd trimester? The reason this question is so important is that most pro-choice people are in favor of some restrictions on abortion, but the back alley abortion argument does not allow for restrictions. If they say that they're in favor of a restriction in the 3rd trimester, my question is going to be, what if a woman wants an abortion in the 3rd trimester, and if she can't have one, she's so desperate for it that she would use a coat hanger? If you're arguing that we can't make abortion illegal because women will get them unsafely anyway, then we can't make any abortion illegal. By the way, the same problem exists for bodily autonomy arguments. If you're justifying abortion by saying that you have sovereign domain over your body and you can do whatever you want with it, even if the unborn is human, then you have the right to kill that unborn human even in the 3rd trimester too. This step isn't my main response to the back alley abortion argument. Because after all, many pro-choice people will still bite the bullet and just say, fine, no restrictions. I'm in favor of no restrictions on abortion. But for the pro-choice people that already strongly feel that 3rd trimester abortions are wrong, this is a really effective way to get them to reconsider, because they can't have it both ways. And even for the pro-choice person who will just bite the bullet, it really takes the rhetorical wind out of their sails. You're no longer this horrible person in this conversation who just wants to see women die. You're a person with a very modest view that 3rd trimester babies shouldn't be able to be killed on their due date. Step 3, ask this clarification question. Do you think, like I do, that abortion is an unjust act of violence against an innocent person? If you don't, that's fine. We should discuss that. But I do. And that really affects the way that I think about these questions. Can you think of one other example of a time where we should keep an unjust act of violence against an innocent person legal in order to make it safer for a perpetrator who would do it anyway? Rape is unimaginably evil, but it happens anyway. We shouldn't make it legal to make it safer for the rapist. Spousal abuse is evil, but it happens anyway, all the time. We shouldn't make it legal to make it safer for the perpetrator. If abortion is an unjust act of violence against an innocent person, then it shouldn't be legal either. We shouldn't allow the law to be held hostage by citizens threatening to hurt themselves. So either we need to discuss whether or not abortion is an unjust act of violence against an innocent person, or you need to give me another example of a time that we should legally tolerate violence to make it safer for the perpetrator. Please be patient with your pro-choice friends. They're very upset and defensive right now, and we know what that's like. Good luck.